Dudley Do-Right of the Mounties. Get out of that if you can.
Dudley Do-Right wasn't just a cartoon Mountie. It was a melodramatic time capsule wrapped in silent film nostalgia, backwards horse-riding absurdity, and pure Canadian chaos that accidentally created animation legend. One episode, it got banned by the US Forest Service for decades. One movie, it bombed so spectacularly that Hollywood avoided J. Ward adaptations for years. And one theme park ride, let's just say the animatronics weren't part of the original engineering plan. These are 35 weird facts about Dudley Do-Right, but wait until the end, because the bonus fact, it's about how a cartoon Mountie accidentally inspired one of the most bizarre musical comparisons in entertainment history. Saddle up backwards, folks. We're riding into the great white north of animation madness.
Dudley. Halt! You are under arrest. Egad.
Fact 1. The backwards riding trademark.
It's unhealthy, that's what it is, unhealthy.
Dudley famously rode his horse backwards in the opening credits, establishing his character's fundamental incompetence from the first frame viewers saw. This signature visual gag became the series' most recognizable image, perfectly capturing Dudley's well-meaning cluelessness in a single ridiculous moment. The backwards riding wasn't just random comedy, it symbolized everything wrong with Dudley's approach to heroism while making audiences instantly understand his lovable idiot personality through pure visual storytelling. Fact 2. The romantic triangle twist.
Haven't you ever seen a pretty face before?
Nell Fenwick consistently showed more genuine affection for Dudley's horse than for the Mountie himself, creating an unusual love triangle that subverted traditional romantic expectations. This bizarre relationship dynamic provided ongoing comedy while commenting on Dudley's complete obliviousness to social cues. The horse received more attention, better treatment, and obvious preference from the supposed love interest, making Dudley's romantic failures even more pathetic and hilarious for audiences who recognize the absurd situation. Fact 3. The Silent Film Parody Foundation.
We've got to do something, Dudley.
The shorts deliberately parodied old melodramatic silent films, complete with period-appropriate piano music and classic Irish shot transitions that transported viewers into vintage entertainment nostalgia. This stylistic choice elevated simple cartoon comedy into sophisticated media parody that appealed to adults familiar with silent film conventions. The format allowed writers to explore exaggerated melodramatic situations while maintaining authentic period atmosphere that made the humor more layered and culturally referenced than typical animated content. Fact 4. The all-star voice ensemble.
They can't help it if he's well-liked.
You don't understand, Do-Right.
Bill Scott voiced Dudley. June Foray provided Nell's voice. Hans Conried brought Snidely to life, while Paul Frees and William Conrad handled narration duties, creating animation's most distinguished voice cast. This professional ensemble elevated cartoon dialogue beyond typical animated performances, bringing theatrical sophistication to weekend morning television. Each actor contributed decades of radio and film experience, transforming simple cartoon scripts into fully realized character performances that gave depth and personality to otherwise simple animated figures. Fact 5. The Mexican animation connection.
You want to let the cat out of the bag?
You mean horse?
Animation production was outsourced to Gamma Productions in Mexico, continuing J. Ward's cost-saving strategy that sometimes compromised visual quality for budget efficiency. This international production arrangement created unique animation characteristics that differed from typical American studio work. The Mexican animation team brought their own artistic interpretations to character movement and visual storytelling, creating distinctive animation style that gave Dudley Do-Right its characteristic look while demonstrating early animation industry globalization practices. Fact 6. The ABC Sunday Morning Slot.
Do-Right, there's a fiend running loose in northern Canada.
A fiend, Inspector?
The series aired from April 27, 1969 to September 6, 1970, occupying premium Sunday morning television real estate that introduced Dudley to new generation audiences. This scheduling represented significant network investment in J. Ward properties, positioning Dudley alongside other major animated franchises. The Sunday morning slot became crucial for establishing Dudley's independent identity beyond his Rocky and Bullwinkle origins, allowing character development and storytelling that created lasting cultural impact through consistent weekly exposure. Fact 7. The segment mix strategy.
Trying to confuse me, eh, Whiplash? Well, it won't work.
Episodes featured multiple segments including Commander McBragg, Tudor Turtle, and The Hunter, creating variety show format that maximized viewer engagement through diverse content. This anthology approach allowed different animation styles and comedy approaches within single episodes, preventing viewer fatigue while showcasing multiple J. Ward properties. The segment mixing strategy demonstrated sophisticated understanding of television pacing and audience attention spans while providing cost-effective content production that filled network programming requirements efficiently. Fact 8. The syndication transformation.
What's keeping that Dudley Do-Right? He should have been here long ago.
Later syndicated versions aired as Dudley Do-Right and Friends, swapping original segments with the King and Odie content that created entirely different viewing experiences. This syndication strategy demonstrated how television programming could be reconfigured for different markets and time periods. The segment swapping allowed distributors to customize content packages while maintaining Dudley as the primary draw, showing how animated properties could be adapted for various broadcast needs and audience preferences. Fact 9. The banned episode controversy.
You have just won the major Snidely Amateur Hour.
Stokey the Bear was withheld from broadcast for decades due to U.S. Forest Service objections to its parody of their iconic fire prevention mascot. This censorship demonstrated how cartoon comedy could threaten established government campaigns and institutional authority. The episode's suppression showed that even animated parody faced legal and political pressure when targeting beloved public service characters, creating underground status that made the forbidden episode more desirable among collectors and animation historians. Fact 10. The fake credits comedy
No, I haven't seen him.
Well, I have reason to believe he is in your midst.
episodes featured hilarious phony cast names like Hickey Pimpleton and Acne Pits in closing credits, creating additional comedy for attentive viewers who stayed through the end. These fake credits represented J. Ward's commitment to comedy in every production aspect, including elements most viewers ignored. The absurd names provided extra laughs while demonstrating the production team's attention to comedic detail that extended beyond main content into technical credit sections. Fact 11. The Rocky Bullwinkle origins.
This man didn't shave this morning.
Dudley originated as a segment on The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, beginning in 1959, establishing his character foundation before receiving independent series treatment. This origin story demonstrates how successful supporting characters could evolve into franchise leads through audience popularity and creative development. Dudley's transition from segment character to series star showed J. Ward's ability to expand successful concepts while maintaining character integrity that appealed to established fan bases. Fact 12. The multiple creator collaboration.
So he took him to stay with some friends of his in Chicago.
Development involved Alex Anderson, Chris Hayward, Alan Burns, J. Ward, and Bill Scott, representing unprecedented creative collaboration for animated character development. This collaborative approach brought diverse creative perspectives to character creation, resulting in more complex and well-developed animated personality than typical single creator projects. The multiple creator input ensured Dudley possessed layered characteristics that appealed to different audience segments while maintaining consistent character identity throughout various creative contributions and development phases. Fact 13. The lovable idiot archetype.
To purchase a solid gold $3 watch, eh, Do-Right?
Yes, sir.
Dudley was deliberately designed as incompetent but well-meaning hero who usually succeeded by accident or with his horse's assistance, subverting traditional heroic narratives. This character archetype challenged conventional adventure storytelling by making incompetence endearing rather than frustrating. Dudley's accidental success provided commentary on traditional heroism while creating comedy through subverted expectations that made audiences root for obviously flawed protagonists who achieved positive outcomes through pure luck. Fact 14. The biographical absurdity.
I think I could get to like Mr. Whiplash.
You don't know what you're saying.
Fandom jokes claimed Dudley starched his underwear and adjusted his hat with a plumb bob, creating elaborate fictional biographical details that enhanced character mythology. These absurd personal habits provided additional comedy layers while demonstrating how animated characters could develop detailed backstories that existed beyond official content. The biographical details showed fan creativity in expanding character development through imaginative personal quirks that felt consistent with Dudley's established personality traits. Fact 15. The 1948 prototype origins.
Do-Right, you missed the services.
Tell me, sir, is the post ours once more?
An early Dudley prototype appeared in a proposed but unaired third 1948 television project, showing the character's development spanning over 2 decades before achieving broadcast success. This extended development period demonstrates how animated characters could evolve through multiple iterations and creative refinements before finding their perfect form. The 1948 prototype shows Jay Ward's long-term character development process and commitment to perfecting animated personalities through extended creative gestation periods. Fact 16, the operetta inspiration roots.
Whiplash, the jig is up. You are under arrest.
Dudley's melodramatic foundation drew inspiration from the operetta Rose-Marie, not just silent films, adding sophisticated theatrical heritage to cartoon comedy origins. This operetta connection elevated Dudley's cultural references beyond simple movie parody into legitimate theatrical tradition that brought classical entertainment sophistication to animated content. The operetta influence provided rich dramatic tradition that informed character development and storytelling approaches while connecting cartoon comedy to established performing arts heritage. Fact 17, the cartoon physics indestructibility.
You need someone to take care of you.
I have my horse.
You need a woman.
Dudley demonstrated typical cartoon invincibility, once walking away unharmed after having holes blown completely through his body during action sequences. This cartoon physics application provided visual comedy while establishing Dudley's immunity to realistic consequences that would affect normal characters. The indestructibility trait allowed writers to create extreme action scenarios without worry about character safety, enabling more creative and visually spectacular comedy sequences that pushed animation boundaries. Fact 18, the Mountie expulsion mythology.
It's from Nell, sir. She needs help.
Well, stand there, Do-Right.
Fan folklore claimed Dudley was expelled from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police for eating peas with a knife, creating elaborate backstory that explained his questionable professional competence. This mythological detail provided humorous explanation for Dudley's obvious unsuitability for law enforcement duties while demonstrating fan creativity in developing character history. The expulsion story felt perfectly consistent with Dudley's established incompetence while adding biographical depth through absurd personal failing. Fact 19, the train track obsession.
Don't go all to pieces now. Wait about 5 seconds.
Villain. Snidely Whiplash tied women to railroad tracks purely for melodramatic evil purposes, not for any logical criminal motivation or personal gain. This motiveless malevolence perfectly captured silent film villain conventions while creating comedy through purposeless villainy that served only dramatic function. Snidely's track obsession provided reliable plot device while commenting on traditional melodrama, where villains performed evil acts simply because the story format required antagonistic behavior. Fact 20, the role reversal episode.
Unless she gets out before that for good behavior.
Some episodes deliberately flipped character roles, casting Dudley as villain and Snidely as unsuccessful would-be hero, demonstrating creative flexibility in established character dynamics. These role reversals provided fresh comedy while exploring how character personalities functioned in different narrative positions. The reversals showed that Dudley's incompetence transcended heroic roles, while Snidely's villainy was equally ineffective when applied to heroic purposes, creating comedy through consistent character traits in unexpected contexts. Fact 21. The box office disaster.
Yes, but all that glitters is not gold.
What does that mean?
Brendan Fraser's 1999 live-action adaptation earned only $10 million against a $22 million budget, creating one of Hollywood's most spectacular animated adaptation failures. This financial catastrophe demonstrated how beloved animated properties could fail disastrously in live-action translation despite star power and marketing support. The bombing showed that cartoon comedy's appeal didn't automatically transfer to live-action format, teaching studios valuable lessons about adaptation difficulties and audience expectations for animated character translations. Fact 22, the George of the Jungle market.
Are you and my daughter going to be married?
Oh, I'd say in about 10 years, sir.
Movie marketing heavily emphasized Fraser's previous Jay Ward adaptation success with George of the Jungle, attempting to recreate earlier box office triumph through franchise association. This marketing strategy showed studio confidence in Fraser's animated character interpretation abilities while leveraging established audience familiarity with successful previous adaptation. The connection demonstrated Hollywood's tendency to capitalize on proven formulas while revealing industry assumptions about animated property adaptation and star persona consistency across similar projects. Fact 23. The Paul Frees tribute performance.
I shall give it some thought whilst working in the mine.
Narrator Corey Burton carefully imitated the late Paul Frees's distinctive vocal style to maintain authentic connection to original animated series heritage. This tribute performance demonstrated respect for original voice acting legacy while ensuring continuity between animated and live-action versions. Burton's imitation showed how voice acting traditions could be preserved across different media formats while honoring deceased performers who created essential character elements that defined original animated series appeal. Fact 24. The international filming locations.
Have you given any thought to what would happen to me if anything should happen to you?
Production utilized diverse locations including Montreal, Quebec City, and Santa Clarita, California, creating authentic Canadian atmosphere while managing budget constraints through strategic location selection. This geographical diversity provided visual authenticity that enhanced the adaptation's credibility while demonstrating practical filmmaking approaches to animated property translation. The location choices showed production team commitment to maintaining series' Canadian identity while accommodating Hollywood production requirements and financial considerations. Fact 25. The absurd physical comedy.
One well-placed shot and I'm rich.
Critics noted Fraser's Dudley could accidentally set his own hat on fire or crush himself with floorboards, maintaining animated characters' self-destructive incompetence in live-action format. This physical comedy translation showed how animated character traits could be adapted to live-action performance while preserving essential personality elements. Fraser's commitment to extreme physical humor demonstrated understanding of cartoon comedy requirements while risking personal safety for authentic character portrayal that honored original animated series spirit. Fact 26. The Universal theme park attraction.
I am off to find another mine so I can make the mine.
Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls log flume ride opened at Universal's Islands of Adventure in 1999, transforming cartoon character into major theme park attraction experience. This theme park adaptation showed how animated properties could extend beyond screen entertainment into physical experiences that immersed visitors in character worlds. The ride's creation demonstrated Universal's confidence in Dudley's brand recognition while providing fans with interactive entertainment that brought cartoon physics into real-world thrill ride format. Fact 27. The Q Entertainment parody.
About it, Earnshaw.
Kaiser.
Check. Renfrew.
I think I'll have a bagel.
The ride's waiting line featured elaborate parody theater that mocked major movie franchises including Jaws, E.T., and Star Wars through cartoon poster presentations. This Q Entertainment demonstrated Jay Ward's comedy influence extending into theme park design while providing additional entertainment value for waiting visitors. The parody elements showed how Dudley's comedy style could adapt to different entertainment formats while maintaining satirical edge that appealed to diverse audience demographics. Fact 28. The animatronic maintenance challenges.
Oh, yeah. Do-Right, you and I are the only ones who haven't been hit.
Theme park fans frequently noted ride animatronics malfunctioned due to weather exposure and aging mechanical parts that couldn't withstand Florida's harsh climate conditions. These technical difficulties demonstrated practical challenges of translating animated characters into complex mechanical systems requiring constant maintenance. The breakdown issues showed how cartoon characters' simple animated existence became complicated when recreated through sophisticated robotics that faced real-world engineering limitations and environmental stresses. Fact 29. The Sunset Strip retail legacy.
That makes the 4th this month.
You gotta put a stop to it, Warden!
The Dudley Do-Right Emporium operated as J. Ward Merchandise Headquarters on Sunset Strip from 1971 to 2005, serving as official retail outlet for animation memorabilia. This retail presence demonstrated Dudley's commercial viability beyond broadcast entertainment while providing fans with authentic merchandise purchasing destination. The store's longevity showed sustained audience interest in J. Ward properties while establishing physical location where animated character legacy could be preserved and celebrated through commercial products. Fact 30. The marigold allergy humanization.
Mountie, acting undercover, could get into the prison and expose the whole thing.
Character bios reveal that Dudley suffers from an allergy to marigold flowers, adding unexpectedly human vulnerability to the otherwise mythically bumbling Mountie hero. This odd detail humanized cartoon characters through relatable medical conditions that grounded fantasy heroes in realistic human experiences. audiences. The marigold allergy provided writers with potential comedy scenarios while demonstrating how animated characters could possess authentic human traits that made them more sympathetic to audiences experiencing similar everyday health challenges and medical inconveniences. Fact 31. The 23-year pursuit.
How does it look, Homer?
It looks fine, Snidely, and here's your chance to test it.
Fan lore documented on Rocky and Bullwinkle wiki reveals Dudley has been chasing arch nemesis Snidely Whiplash for an absurdly long 23 years, creating comedic weight through endless rivalry duration. This extended time frame transformed simple good versus evil conflict into epic generational struggle that commented on the futility of perpetual conflict cycles. The decades-long chase added mythical proportions to their relationship while questioning the effectiveness of traditional law enforcement methods that never actually resolved criminal problems. Fact 32. The sewer theater origin story.
I would be out of uniform. Oh, the irony of it all.
Young Dudley's bizarre career path began when he fell into a sewer, mistook it for a theater, and waited 3 days for a movie to begin before realizing his error. Upon discovering his mistake, he turned himself in for trespassing, but was enlisted into the RCMP instead of punished. This absurd origin story perfectly captured Dudley's fundamental confusion about basic reality while showing how institutional incompetence could reward rather than correct obvious mistakes, creating comedy through bureaucratic illogic. Fact 33. The creator recognition battle.
I remember I was second lead in the desert song.
Original creator Alex Anderson discovered that characters including Dudley were copyrighted solely under Jay Ward's name, leading to mid-1990s legal action that eventually secured settlement and recognition as creator. This legal battle represented rare victory for cartoon pioneers fighting for proper creative attribution in an industry that often marginalized original creators. Anderson's successful litigation established important precedent for creator rights, while revealing how animation industry power structures could exploit individual artists who developed beloved characters. Fact 34. The 1959 Rocky Bullwinkle debut.
Go home, people.
But Dudley, we haven't got any home.
While receiving standalone series treatment in 1969, Dudley made his actual first appearance in 1959 as segment on The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends, establishing shared universe connections. This early debut cemented Dudley as integral part of Jay Ward's larger cartoon mythology rather than independent creation, showing how supporting characters could evolve into franchise leads. The 1959 origin demonstrated long-term character development processes that allowed creators to test audience reactions before committing to full series production. Fact 35. The bizarre musical comparison.
Take those hairy hands off me.
But Nell, I am helping you to escape.
Music historians once compared Dudley's distinctive baritone voice to outsider scat singer Shuby Taylor's eccentric vocal style, creating one of entertainment's most unexpected musical connections. This comparison linked cartoon voice acting to experimental jazz performance while demonstrating how animated character voices could transcend their original medium to influence musical appreciation. The connection showed how distinctive vocal performance could create cross-genre artistic parallels that revealed unexpected cultural relationships between animation and avant-garde music traditions. Bonus fact. Here's the bonus fact that explains everything. Dudley Do-Right succeeded because he was the first animated hero who proved that incompetence could be more endearing than competence, accidentally creating a new archetype for lovable failure. While traditional heroes succeeded through skill and determination, Dudley won through pure accident and his horse's intelligence, subverting every heroic convention while maintaining audience sympathy. His backwards horse riding wasn't just visual comedy, it was perfect metaphor for approaching problems from unexpected angles that somehow worked despite obvious wrongness. The character worked because he represented everyone's fear of professional inadequacy while proving that good intentions could triumph over technical competence. Dudley showed that being well-meaning mattered more than being effective, creating comfort for audiences who felt overwhelmed by life's complexity. His success came from embracing failure as comedy rather than tragedy, transforming inadequacy into entertainment that made viewers feel better about their own mistakes. Sometimes the most lasting characters emerged from celebrating human weakness rather than strength. Dudley proved that animation could explore failure as heroic trait, establishing template for countless incompetent protagonists who followed his backwards path to accidental success. What's your favorite moment where Dudley's complete incompetence somehow saved the day better than any traditional hero could have managed?